but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know just as I also am known. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind. BTB, conversating with the man just so it don't feel.
What's going on, Troop Squad? It's your boy BTBSwaggy, and you are now tuned into the BTBGrilla zone. And I'm here with
BTBGrilla, Johnny bring the bass.
And it's blessings to all, man. And I hope everybody having a great year, man. Y'all know my motto. Today, Troop Squad, the two Grillas, we bring y'all Cam Newton and Jess Hilarious. Have you tuned into her lately? Like, is she a comedian? What is she, if you had to describe her?
I mean, I would say that she was definitely and is still a comedian for sure. She was doing stand-up and stuff. But Jess Hilarious, ever since the Breakfast Club situation, once they become syndicated, it'd be different. Like, I don't know, I feel like she on her, like, moving up to that next celebrity status type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, she a female comedian, though. That's how I would put it, a female comedian host, show host.
Okay. I never really heard of her. I do realize
she's funny sometimes.
She really?
Sometimes she funny. Sometimes.
I gotta see. I gotta see how she got on the Breakfast Club and everything. But yeah, Troop Squad, we're gonna dive into that. She speaks on
Nothing.
She speaks on a little bit of Country Wayne. We'll be getting into also a couple things like LeBron and the whole Bronny situation, him and the Lakers, and of course Ice Spice and the Barbs. We'll be getting into all that, Troop Squad. So without further ado, we are going to dive into it. Make sure you hop into the BTB store at BTBRevolution.com. New merch is up on the store. We have this Can't Be Undone hoodie. We got the shirts, we got the Money and Respect, and we have Power Over Fame. So those are the new merches that we have. You can get those in the hoodies, shirts, and pants. So far it'll be coming out like with more different styles soon, but those are the ones that you can go check out. All right, Troop Squad, so let's go.
And I don't want to do a blast from the past, but I can't let this episode go by and give people their flowers. I'll tell you somebody who put me on game. Kountry Wayne.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I don't know how y'all ended, but that ain't really why I mentioned it to him.
Yeah.
I remember Kountry Wayne came to fellowship one day, and he was like, bro, content is king right now.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, bro, like, Facebook, like a lot of people don't even believe in Facebook, but Facebook pay. Instagram don't do a damn thing.
That's right.
And YouTube even pay more than all that other shit too. And I was like, bro, keep talking.
Yeah.
And that's one of the first people who I started studying. And I was like, bro, to some people, it's like, bro, this nigga content is cheesy as hell. But it do numbers.
Very corny, but that was one of the things I always told him while we were together. You are very corny, but you are rich for a reason. Because consistency.
Bro, I mean, he dropping these damn skits like mixtapes. Like
don't fucking
Lil
matter.
Wayne in 2005.
And I give it to him. I give it to him every time. And listen, like you said, giving people their flowers. Going back to what you said about, if somebody puts you on. That was the first relationship I was in where the guy put me on with something like that. Like,
made you think.
He told me about like, yo, the money in Facebook, same thing he said, money in Facebook is like, our people need to get on this shit. Like, and then own. Another thing you say, you own all your content. Like, ownership and staying consistent, it's just, even when you think it ain't gonna matter, like it don't matter, he's a very consistent person.
Yeah.
And he put me on with that, the Facebook way of getting money, the YouTube and everything, But that was a good thing. And I took that from there. Been making money off of social media ever since. So I will give that to you, Wayne. That's the only thing I'm gonna give your ass, but I'm giving you that.
What happened?
That's it. What? Oh, please. You ain't see it? This nigga was married the whole fucking time.
What?
Yeah. Tried. Listen, had the lawyer call me, had the fake ass lawyer call me, talking about, the divorce is like final. It's final and everything. They're just waiting for like a couple more like signatures.
Hold on. Stop.
Yeah. It was still married, still happily. Not happily, obviously, the fuck. But coming from her, they were still happily married. She never knew nothing about nothing. We was in Puerto Rico when the fuck I found out.
Together?
Yeah, he had taken me out of town. I wake up next day, shade room, I'm a fucking home wrecker and everything. And I said, yo, I wake him up. Yeah, no, get up out that heavenly sleep. Yeah, you praying in your sleep. Let's wake it up then, Lord.
Hey.
What's up? Who is this? What's going on? Like, I mean, not who is this? I know who she is, but you told me that was, he go out, he make a phone call, everything chills now. What the fuck type shit going on here? That's real control. When I say I've never seen a man control a situation, I'm not gonna say control a woman, but control a situation so quick like that. Shorty went away in like 5-10 minutes. Red flag. Look, I don't know what you used to, but it ain't Ray B this. I don't know what made her retract her shit. Oh no, we were happily married. I'm talking about, cause she gave Shade Room all the tea. Danny asked her shit. This bitch called them up. I have a marriage certificate to show you guys. Me and Wayne are still married, and I'm so like depressed and all this. I'm going through trauma. To see him post another woman, because he was posting me before I posted him. Like, so I knew that it was some little lie to them being like happily married the way she presented it. But nigga, you're still married. And you told me you weren't. You got a fucking lawyer to call that we called on three-way and told me that it was final. Everything was final. They were just still waiting for some signatures and shit. I'm like, well, if y'all waiting for signatures, everything ain't final. She's like, no. Signatures from her lawyers and from, man, they went into depth with all that. And look, I ain't never been through no fucking divorce before, but I know when shit is final, that mean everything is done. But the word final is just final, it's final, But that's how that happened. Couldn't do that. We was done. We was done after that. I ain't even ready to give you that. You know who the fuck I am?
Country Wayne got that dog in him, boy.
He did something different. Like, she said, I ain't gonna say he controlled the woman, but I ain't never seen a woman go away that fast.
Retract her steps.
But the whole time, like she said, bro, final is final. So you knew this shit going in before the Shade Room shit and all that. He was putting that country thing there. Yeah. He was giving her that country wood. And yeah, she wasn't really worried about final like that until that shit blew up.
Oh, Shade Room woke up, home record, this and that.
That's just how it appeared to me. But
is she from Baltimore? Because I'm hearing the Baltimore accent.
I don't know.
I'm hearing the
E. Where is she from?
I'm hearing the E.
I think she is from the East Coast somewhere. I don't know where she's from.
But shout out Baltimore if she is from Baltimore. I'm hearing the E. I'm hearing that.
Very possible. She definitely got it.
You know who the fuck I am, and I mean that in the most humble way.
In the most you better put some. You better put
Do
some.
you know
respect.
who the fuck I am? I'm not. Both of my parents married. Well, they were at this time. Then they fucking got divorced. Ain't that some bullshit? But they were married. I'm like, my parents are married. I don't disrespect marriages and shit. That's why when you was chasing me for 2 years, I ain't give your ass no fucking play.
Okay.
Look, you know who you bought here. Cam, you know who you bought here.
Okay.
Shit.
Can I say something? Even though.
What's that?
Even though.
Yeah.
What you said was new to me.
Yeah.
Wayne is a great guy.
Great guy. Better believe it.
Okay. So dare I not keep it funky not just in his absence.
Absolutely.
But I must be honest with you.
Yeah. What's that?
You knew what the fuck you was getting into when you started kicking shit with him. Y'all niggas was a thing. Y'all niggas was on social media as like, yo, like, that's beautiful right there. Oh, them niggas, two funny niggas clicking up. I don't think the world is ready for this shit. This shit was motherfucking Will and Jada to be. Like,
well, not the Will and Jada now to be, but back then before we found out about everything.
Talking about years.
Yeah, before the books.
Yeah, all that. And entanglement, before all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But y'all motherfuckers was a thing.
Yeah,
so
we were.
Dare I not mention and hold you accountable, put them damn little Gucci's to the motherfucking fire and say, yo, you knew what the hell you was getting yourself into. This nigga had 38 kids.
Yeah, but that don't mean, That don't mean shit.
That's
Wait, he got 38 kids?
He got a lot. I don't think it's 38, but the nigga got a whole football team.
at 38 kids.
Yeah, but that don't mean, like, that don't mean shit.
That's cool. But in some way, shape, form, you ain't crazy. And
No,
you
I'm
ain't
not
dumb.
crazy.
So you mean to tell me when y'all was at these little extravagant ass little things, whether how simple or how like, you ain't never say, yo, you ain't wearing your ring. What ring you?
What? That nigga ain't wearing no motherfucking ring.
Okay, cool. But there's certain signs. It's like, you're not staying with me, but it's like.
That nigga didn't live with her. That nigga put me to a whole nother. What? What you talking about I'm crazy. I ain't crazy. You fucking right, I ain't crazy, Cam. Listen, let me tell you this. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't, listen, when the shit hit the blogs, he had fans that didn't know he was married. It was celebrities like, this nigga got a wife? Who? What?
Nigga, I'm scratching my head. I didn't know he.
Yeah, so don't fucking tell me I'm crazy. I knew that he was married because he had the lawyer call me and tell me that it was final. He had married his last baby mama. He told me he kept that part 100. Yeah, I was married. I was. And they were going through the divorce.
So you ain't never been to his house?
Which one?
Which one?
Yeah, I've been to the house in LA. That's where I was. And then this is the thing, Wayne buys everybody houses. Like, it was never like, my wife lived with me type shit. Even after everything blew up, this nigga had put her in a house, like, he take care of all his baby mamas. Like they.
As he should.
Yeah.
I take care of all my baby mamas.
Absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that. The kids and the moms are taken care of, all of them on that side. You know what I'm saying? So, they were all in their own house.
But my argument is this.
What's it? What I want to know what it is.
Look, you can't tell me you didn't get no type of suspicion of like, yo.
No, I can tell you. He told me. He said I was married, but we've been going through this divorce for a whole year. We had to be separated for a year and whatever, but now it is final. I can get my lawyer on the phone. You can ask this nigga. This was presented to me before I even was like, all right, we can be in a relationship. Because I was just getting out of a relationship. This nigga got me by popping up at one of my shows. I was in Tampa. I was at the Improv. He popped up at one of my shows. I had posted that I was single because the nigga who I just left, that was the one that was stealing from me. So when I was like, I'm done, I posted that I was single. You know how thirsty you gotta be to post that you broke up with a nigga that ain't nobody worrying about?
Going back, this is where you scroll back to the part of the conversation when I was like, yo, like there's content that single women post intentionally like, yo, I'm trying, hey, yo.
I could not wait to let them know, yo, I'm single. Even, you know what's crazy? When your fans tell you, yo, get rid of this nigga. I saw him in my city. You know,
you can't, hold on. I ain't gonna go with that now, cause shit, it's a lot of people that's telling my situation right now, get rid of this nigga, but shit, do you know what the fuck I am?
Man, niggas can't tell her shit.
Okay, I just had to.
Yeah, no, that's totally different.
Can we keep it funky?
Yeah, that's gonna keep it funky, because I hate when people be doing that. No, can't tell that girl shit. That girl happy, let her be fucking happy. I hate that. But anyway, no. So, December 9th, the nigga fly in on his birthday.
Not the December 9th, the exact date.
Yeah, nigga. Oh. I remember shit. Photographic memory. Yeah, please, now shut up, Cam. Don't make it more than what the fuck it is.
December 9th.
So, December 9th, because his birthday is December 10th. So he flew in the day before his birthday to woo me so I can be his girlfriend on his birthday. So I was like, oh, that's nice. You know what I mean? But I wasn't, because I wanted to know who he dealt with. I got in his business right there. And then that's when he told me. Okay. Like, okay, so, you know.
But y'all was in?
Tampa, Florida. He flew to a show, bought flowers and all of that. Wayne was trying to get me for 2 years before that. But I was in a relationship and he was married. You know, I don't know, separate, because he did say that they were separated a year before. So I was like, all right, cool, that could have been on their separation.
Okay, this is where I would intervene.
But that was that.
And I'd be honest and I'd keep it funky. And I hate to expose any type of man out there, but this is well-known facts that people just should understand this, all right? This is not to take any shots at nobody, but you must understand this. A man will be in the friend zone for years, just to wait for a right time to pounce on his prey.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's my friend. Oh, he cool. Hell no.
Yeah, none.
No. Man, dude, let me tell you something. I tell my girl this all the time. You ain't got no boyfriends. You ain't got no guy friends. You don't have no male friends. That shit is dead. Big dead. I mean, skull bone emoji.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if that guy who you label as a friend does not acknowledge your partner, that ain't your friend.
No.
I know some people probably called him insecure about that. You know, Cam is like very hated, so.
I mean,
You know, I know somebody watching that called him insecure for that.
I mean, I feel like this. If he's saying that she can't have the friend, as in like she's not allowed to, then most definitely. If he's saying that perception-wise, that no, none of your male friends are trying to be your friend. They all trying to hit or wait for their opportunity for me to fuck up so that they can get in and do what they can.
I think that's what he's trying to allude to, because he was saying, she can't have. He was like, I tell my girl that all the time. She can't have no male friends, no boy, this and that. So that's why I asked, because
if he's saying literally she can't have them,
because he has the perception.
He a little bit controlling and shit.
I do agree with that.
So
I do agree.
if any guy, per se, let's use me and you as an example because it's tangible. If I'm texting you and I don't acknowledge Chris, nigga, we ain't friends. I'm just waiting on the right time for Chris to fuck up.
That's right.
Like, come on.
That's true.
That's free game to the ladies that's out there, and that ain't to expose nobody. That's just real shit. I think women have an opportunity. Like sometimes you could be a little delusional to the fact that guys will be or play this role of friends and he's different and Cam. No, he's like a brother to me. Girl, please, let me tell you something. You throw that damn vagina my way,
hello,
I'ma knock that motherfucker out like Barry Bonds. I swear to beans.
Hello.
But if I think that way, it's my job to equip my partner with the knowledge that, yo, who you say DM'd you? Who you say text you? How the fuck did he get your number? But at the same time, you may flip the saying and say, well, you don't got no girl friends either. But listen, and I say this with all due respect.
Yeah.
The female controls the tempo of a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a man's job to be the aggressor. Don't let that, man, listen.
Okay. Put me on again, Cam.
Listen.
Cool.
Female controls the tempo of the relationship. It's in a man's nature to be the aggressor.
Is Cam spitting right now? I ain't gonna lie, he lost me. Is he spitting right now? What are you talking about?
He's just talking some human nature, natural shit. Like if you in a regular conversation with a female and shit, 9 times out of 10, you gon' go off of the vibes that she giving you. You know what I'm saying? If she giving you that, hey, that you gonna roll with it. You gonna push on the conversation, try and make it progress. If she starts to block that off, then you gonna see where, you know what I mean, it's going. You know what I mean? But yeah, she controls the tempo and you gonna push the pace.
Okay. So kind of like, in a way, like reading her energy, kind of?
Right.
Okay.
But she gotta open the doors, though.
Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Man is gonna push and push and push until you say, hey, yo, hold on, Cam. Hey, what you doing?
Sure.
What's happening? Hey, relax. Like, hey, you keep sending these innuendo, DMs, text messages. Nigga, I'm in a relationship. I'm happily in a relationship. Matter of fact, hey, I don't like how you texting me right now, blase blah. Because a man, if I don't expect a man to DM my girlfriend right now, my baby mama, that's not realistic.
No.
It's men's job to be the aggressor. But it's the female's job to set the parameters of the tempo. I'm like, hold on, no, I'm good. Nah, you good on, I'm good off you. Because a man's natural instinct is to set, like, hey, I want you.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're not equipped with the understanding what a man's intentions are, you the fool.
Yeah.
Because a man ain't gonna sit back and play the game like, oh man, what we doing, big head?
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, you going to doggone Improv in Tampa? I'm gonna pull up on you.
Right.
Blase blah, man, we gonna have a good time. Drink this, drink that. Man, we gonna eat, blase blah. Man, this my girl, We in a strip club, we in a club. Shoot, we going on nature walks, we going to coffee shops, we going to all this just to find a perfect opportunity to impose his will.
Yeah.
And that's not creepy. That's just a man's nature.
And that's why I was wooed. I'm telling you, nigga courted me in my show because he didn't ask me where I was gonna be. Wayne had my number, but he didn't use it. He got my number because we had the same manager. And this nigga was trying to get us on the same shows, on the same tour and shit. He had never texted my phone, just like DMs and shit like that. Never gave him no play, didn't open the DM, nothing. I already knew what he wanted. I know what he did. He even asked the manager, like, how can I get in the room with Jess? You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was very persistent. You know what I'm saying? And then he looked up my schedule. He saw that I posted I was single, came to the show. There you go. There you go. Just like that.
Dogs.
Yeah. And so, you know, that happened. That relationship was very short-lived. But I will say, had I gotten to know Wayne, me and Wayne would still be great, great friends today. Not even in a relationship. Just really, really great friends. It's some people that you don't need to date. It's just some people that you need to get to know. And then you cool with. You just be fucking cool with. All right, body ain't worth you sleeping with.
From the male's perspective.
Being in a relationship.
From the male's perspective, if we're keeping it a buck, if we're keeping it
well, let's keep it all the way a buck, because that's all I've been doing.
There's a lot of women that was in my life that I should never have fucked.
It's the first time I've ever heard a fucking man
like real shit.
say that.
I can agree with that. I don't know why that's the first one she heard say that.
All right, Troop Squad, we still back with Cam. We still got Jess Hilarious. This time though, she's talking about how she joined the Breakfast Club. I know those was one of my biggest questions on how she got on the Breakfast Club, because one day I just looked at the Breakfast Club and she was just on it. So I'm curious as how she got on there. Did you agree with most of the stuff that Cam was saying?
Man, a lot of that shit to be factual.
As far as like the men and it's the nature to impose the will and to wait for a perfect opportunity to do that.
I don't feel as though it's always that predatorial. Nah, I don't. But do I feel like if you're talking about that specific scenario, for sure, and that's how it's supposed to be. But I do feel like the way he said it, it made it seem like everything walking, I'm on that. Like, yeah, I'm pushing up on it. I'm gonna see if I can't get them draws. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like that's the case. I definitely feel like there are women that I meet where it's like I don't have any intention of wanting a relationship outside of business or socially or whatever the case might be. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, I don't.
All right, Chief Squad, here we're gonna get into the next one on the Breakfast Club.
But then all of a sudden I see you make a big time move for me, in my eyes, was joining the Breakfast Club. How has that process been for you?
It's amazing, man. The chemistry is great. It's great. Charlamagne and Envy, those are my brothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me and Charlamagne were close prior to Breakfast Club. He's always just had biggest beliefs in me. Like, he just loves me and what I represent. You know what I'm saying? And basically, to your point, like people that we care about what our people, not what people tell us to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the people move me. As long as we got them, we ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
It's creative freedom.
Yeah. As long as we got them, we ain't going nowhere. So what the Breakfast Club did was just, put my voice on a different platform where people can hear me every morning, hear me every day, hear me talk that shit that I talk online on an actual TV, come on 9 o'clock every morning, BET. They able to see it, you can hear it, listen to it. People take their kids to school, going to the gym, going into work. They hear me. That's great. If I'm my voice hitting the airways, I'm good, because they gonna hear me, and it ain't AI, it's this me.
This
so
this ain't AI, this ME.
Hey,
but even with that too, because I'm a big opponent of being authentically you. But you can't be too Baltimore, as y'all always said, and you fuck up your bag. Or in my case, you can't be too Atlanta and you don't know how to not change yourself, but just be professional enough to show up on time, because that's a live show.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It streams every single day.
Clockwork.
You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What has that process taught you though?
To go to fuck to sleep at night. Cause I be up, you know, when you creative and you know, like you don't sleep because you're constantly thinking, and that's what I'm doing. And I'm not just doing, you know, Breakfast Club, I'm on tour.
Yeah.
Then, you know, shout out to the writer's strike for being lifted, and I'm back in films, I'm filming constantly. Then I'm a mom, and then I'm still a daughter. Then I'm a girlfriend, you know, soon to be wife. I'm soon to be a mother again.
Yeah.
Like, you know, shit like I have, so it's, with me only being one person, everything it's just a lot. It's a lot. So that taught me I have to rest. You have to be able to take time for yourself. Like, you have to rest. Because I used to run. Like, when I first started doing Breakfast Club, I would be out, don't go to sleep till 2, wake up at 4, get my makeup done, and then I start feeling that shit. Like, your body will tell you when you tired.
Sit the fuck down.
What? And so that's what I do now. It taught me. Look, meditation, yoga, all that shit will help you.
Yeah.
Yep, you know, smoke my little blunt, and I meditate, and I be off the bed, and I at least get like 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I was running off for 2 hours every day. I'm like, nah, this shit is catching up with me.
Man, listen.
Yeah.
Hey, the biggest flex for me, and then you'll know when you're maturing when you identify this. Going to sleep late ain't the flex. It's being able to wake up early is the flex.
Yeah, and still have your whole day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm stretching my 24 as much as I possibly can. And like when I was 21, 22, going to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, making it to the team meeting at 7, 8, whatever, that was just something that was just cool to do.
Yeah.
But now it's like, man, I put these damn kids to sleep around by 8, have my little, you know what I'm saying, my little rendezvous time with my lady.
Yeah.
You know, we watch us our little shows or whatever. Boom. Lights, I'm trying to be in that bed by 9 o'clock.
Damn, 9.
No, like, for real. I'm talking about in there just.
Yep.
No. Netflix ain't talking about a damn thing. Let me see what Amazon Prime talking about. They ain't got shit either. Let me go to Hulu.
Yeah.
Fuck that HBO Max. Let me see what they got. Fuck it. Baby, what you want to watch?
Tubi.
Shit.
Tubi,
You got Tubi, you got BET Plus. Like, I'm going through all that shit. So you can't do that at midnight expecting to get up at 7. And then when you got them kids, you know, you got one, I got some of them.
I know. That's what I want.
And they be up at the crack of dawn.
Yep.
Talking about, it's a little subtle little knock too. They'll knock on the door. Yeah. Daddy, we're hungry. All right.
Yep.
30 minutes later, a different knock from a different kid. Yeah. Daddy, we're hungry. What y'all want to eat? I want pancakes. I want French toast. I want biscuits. I said, all right.
Damn, I guess with 7, it's all 7 different diets.
It's a whole type of different things. See, they got requests.
Yeah.
But that don't mean it's going to get granted.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It's a whole process. But routine is key, to your point. What does that routine look like for you? Take me through a Jessica Moore day.
Yeah. Oh, a Jessica Moore day. Monday early morning, I get up. So I'm from Baltimore, born and raised, but we now live like right outside of DC. So
She is from Baltimore, so shout out Baltimore. That's wild. That's crazy.
my son still goes to school in Baltimore. So I get up, I drive 90 minutes to take this little boy to school. I come back, I work out. I got a gym in my house, so I work out.
Subtle flex.
Maybe 2 hours. Subtle flex, you know.
Okay.
Work out for like 2 hours, and I go in my office. I write every day. Yo, I don't care if I never use a joke. I just write. My big brother taught me that. You write one joke a day. Even if you don't say it, just write. That's how you perfect your fucking craft, Cam. And I'm a funny motherfucker on that stage. So I make sure I do that, you know. And then I make myself some breakfast if I don't have like my meal preps together. And then I'll be chilling. I'll be watching Tubi for the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Not for the rest of the day, until I go get my son, and then he's in football practice. And then, you know, either me and my boyfriend or his dad takes him. And then I go to bed. Yeah, that's the Jessica Moore day.
So, you definitely agree with him on the whole sleep thing. It's definitely ain't no joke when would you agree that it is kind of challenging to go to sleep when you are in a creative mode, when you're trying to go to sleep but your mind constantly thinking of new ideas?
Most definitely. I ain't got to the point in life where Cam at yet, so I still be wanting to have fun. Like, I want to have fun and I want to create. It's like such a hard balance of getting rest, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, I feel like I gotta I like to play hard. I gotta work hard, and then I gotta spend hard family time. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Troop Squad. Now we on Nicki Minaj and the Ice Spice whole controversy. I seen a couple days ago that she's losing the fire. They say. I believe she lost 50 or 80 or something million followers over time. Compared to when she first blew up, she had 40 million monthly listeners. That dropped down to 15. Messages came out. They leaked about her talking about Nicki Minaj and the Barbs fired her up. You said that she was losing weight.
Yeah, I feel like it looked like she was losing weight, but I mean, I don't know if that's good, like, you know what I mean, that she growing up and maturing, hitting the gym weight, or she, you know, on that white girl, Christina Aguilera. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that part I don't know.
We about to find out what the beef all about.
People are saying Ice Spice fell
That
off.
AI voice is
She lost 25 million monthly listeners in a year. We're talking about starting at 42 million monthly listeners, going down to the 15s of millions or something. Do we agree? Do you agree? We're going to debate this. Don't worry. Hold that here. Of what falling off looks like, something that applies to all of y'all artists out there, because I know some people are like, yeah, this is not my situation, and how we should really look at this situation based on how marketing works today, in this day and age, as they say on, is it The Family Matters? Don't worry about it. But here's the reality of it. Ice Spice, she rose really quickly. We had a episode, one of our first episodes on the pod was about Ice Spice, the beauty of how her marketing has worked, her PR has worked. She rose quicker than any artist we've seen as of recent. Oh, actually, she rose quicker than any artist as of recent, with less than any artist as of recent. We're talking. She only had like 2 songs out when she like started. Stupid, right?
Okay.
Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna start with my point number 1 against why she didn't fall off, or how we can't say these monthly listeners are a fall off. That applies to every artist. And then we're gonna get into some of the things you feel like she should have done better, and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Number 1, she hasn't really dropped music crazy like that outside of this new song that she's dropped maybe a week or so ago.
Yeah, as of this, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. And people were saying this pretty much right when she dropped the song. The reality is, if any of y'all artists drop music and one song starts to take off, your monthly listeners will look crazy. But if you don't drop new music, all right, you go 6 months, 9 months, your monthly listeners are going to go down. Y'all have probably seen it before, all right? So we can't just say, oh, just because Ice Spice lost 25 million monthly listeners, she fell off, if she hasn't been dropping a lot of music in that period of time, because people are going to move on from them songs regardless, even if they like her as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my biggest thing, where we can't just go straight monthly listeners. But do you think there's any validity or something she should have did better?
I mean, I don't think it's validity. I think what we're seeing is Ice Spice is approaching, I wouldn't even say approach, she's in her sophomore slump. You know what I'm saying? She's one of those acts that had a crazy entry point, started off on a very high ceiling, and now we're just seeing, I guess, kind of like reality setting, right? Like, what does it look like for an artist to have a moment, and then the moment kind of goes away, and where do they settle at? And so I think, yes, I think the music, I even add on top of the music thing, I think it's not dropping a lot of music, but then also not dropping songs that even got close to hitting as hard as the initial song hit, right? So if you look at someone like, let's say like a Glorilla, right? Like Glorilla got very similar conversation points around her at one point when she dropped that Cha-Cha song. Everybody's like, oh, it's over with, but all it took was her dropping another song that people really, really liked that changed the attitude. Yep. I personally don't feel like, not that Ice Spice has never done it, but she hasn't done it in a while. You know, with music, like, you're only as good as the last song that we like from you. You know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, bro. You are as good as your previous hits and the last songs you dropped that we liked.
Yeah.
Especially when you're not, I mean, she's not a catalog artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's still, even though she's big, she's still playing a lot of the games that any new artist will be playing.
She can't be a catalog artist because she don't have a catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the issue. Like, just like Lil Nas X, right? Remember I pointed out to you that he went from like 40, 50 million monthly listeners. He's now at like 23 million monthly listeners. He came in hot. He was on a crazy run.
Yeah.
She came in hot, and she was probably on an arguably crazier run in some ways.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't hold that forever.
Yeah.
Right? So these people are coming down to the point that most artists work up to in a longer period of time.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's really what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? So they went far beyond this. They start, getting in the stratosphere of names that we think of as superstar household names, but they were just there to monthly listeners. And it's not that they weren't superstars in their category or their niche, I would say. But I'm trying to think who has like 40, 50 monthly listeners that we can think of. Is that like maybe a Lil Wayne, Jay-Z?
Yeah, they might be around the 30s. 40, 50.
Let's see. All right, Jay-Z is at 34 million monthly listeners.
I understand she had 40 million monthly listeners at one point, but isn't there other artists who had higher than that?
For sure.
It's like a Big Sean or something? No, I don't know. Now Jay-Z's at
Lil Wayne's at 35.
Okay.
Doja Cat's 54 million monthly listeners. Olivia Rodrigo's 52 million monthly listeners. So they very quickly start straddling the same space as those people, right?
As new artists.
With less in terms of content overall, particularly Ice Spice. So it's like, how can you go on such a run when most of her run honestly was not about her music? It was about her music that got her in there, but then just the conversation, the look of her.
Yep.
She became such a household name in such a short period of time. And I can legitimately say that because the spaces and places I heard her name mentioned, I was like mind boggled at points of time that you do not hear a lot of hip hop artists talked about too frequently. Like I would hear radio shows where if they ever acknowledge any hip hop and R&B, it would be like a Usher or Beyonce, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if you come up that fast, you got to come down to somewhere because nobody can be hot forever. Anybody who has a career has hot and cold moments. So having some level of low or down is always inevitable. It's just how far down. Down to 15 million monthly listeners, hey, that's still a career.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it before, right? Like, sometimes after a big marketing moment, you kind of need time to step back and see what is the new floor, right? So when Ice Spice started popping off, she was at less than 10,000 monthly listeners, you know, and then her run, everything like snowballed really quickly. So you talk about nobody to song bubbling to song taking off and then just staying on the runway from that point off, right? She never really had a chance to step back, breathe, and then be able to say like, hey, where is my audience at?
Let's see what's real.
Yeah, exactly. Like, let me be able to see what's real. Let me see where am I now versus where I was when things started. And there's a part of me that feels like, you know, this is intentional. Like, this is her and her team kind of been like, nah, let's stack some money up. Let's focus on some future moves and let's see what not only you're working with right now, but what happens if we just stay here and try to work here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if we don't spend the extra money to put you in all these extra space and we just let you solely focus on the people that's paying attention to? Everybody needs that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to kind of like eventually take that audience hit.
That's a heck of a narrative spin, man. I love that. I love it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody does it for as long as she does it. You know, we talking about a year, you know, falling off for a year, but you got to do it at some point.
No, but no, that's real. That's real. You do want to do that as a team. I don't know how much I would say like certain people in certain positions desire to actually see it from a streaming standpoint, like, because that's a visible thing. A lot of times people want the optics to look as good as they can make the optics look, but that is something that you need to do. Like, where is our floor? What is real? And it's going to be helpful regardless, because again, 15 monthly listeners is a career. Not only a career, it's a career. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to sneeze at. But I think the reality is every artist should go figure these things out. It's like, one, all right, if I'm popping and I got this one song moving, this song and the monthly listeners I'm seeing right now, this is not my whole catalog. This is not me as an artist. This is the song, all right? And I think a lot of artists, they get perplexed when they go back down to X number of monthly listeners because they thought that, oh, I'm up not right now. It's like, no, the song is up right now. Yep. Maybe you are lucky you have a couple songs up right now. So it's on you to figure out, how do I monkey bar and make this another situation that extends longer. And Ice Spice arguably has achieved what so many other artists would be trying to achieve after they have their first songs take off. She already broke as an image in popular culture, right? So she already did that. She's good. She's going to have another opportunity. As long as you have a brand, as long as people recognize your face, at any moment, you can become the biggest villain or hero in the world. If you have enough people that know you. It just depends on, you know, what happens. You know,
what do you do?
Exactly. What do you do? Right? Do we find out some craziness and it's like, oh, you in the news for some jail? You know what I mean? You know, we know many of the characters who are in that bucket, and then do you find out, oh, this person just had another song. This song is going crazy, and oh, that's them, right? As long as we know who you are, you got enough people who know who you are. There's always a shot to hit a home run.
Yeah, and you brought the biggest point, man. Like I said, if you keep in your brain that she is technically a new artist, like her next album is only the second album, she's still technically a sophomore, right? If any other artist,
does that mean Cardi B got kept back? Because they in the same grade now.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
She took him.
I don't know. I mean,
Cardi taking a minute.
Yeah, Cardi is taking a little minute to graduate, man. You know, but I don't know. Maybe it's a strategy, bro.
How long she been out? When did Ice Spice come out?
I have no idea. I was just looking at her Spotify jump. See, she got 14.9 million monthly listeners, but I don't see like 2021.
That's when she first started popping. Is that technically like you still like a new artist, kind of, in a way? 3 years?
Yeah, because she ain't. They basically, you pretty much a new artist until you do something major and start dropping albums. And now we in a single world where artists drop singles all day long. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they might not have an album at all. You might have heard like 6, 7 songs from an artist, but they all single. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, their first album is, you know what I mean, might be 2 years into their career.
This one will be her second. This will be her second one that she dropped, and that's why he said kind of like the sophomore era. But then he brought up Cardi. Cardi hasn't dropped 2. She hasn't dropped 2 albums.
She got 3.
She got 3.
She got the Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 1 in 2016, Gangsta Bitch Music Volume 2 in 2017, and Invasion of Privacy in 2018. But I don't think she was major yet. That's why. I don't think she was major until.
That's probably why they saying yeah, okay. So that's probably why they saying that too.
So yeah, so that after Invasion of Privacy would be her second major album. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I ride with Cardi. I don't think she fell off or nothing, but you know, just using the sophomore thing, it's kind of crazy how much further ahead she popped, and then they both on sophomore albums.
Maybe that's why she rocked with all of them so heavy, bro. She's like, I'm basically still in y'all class, bro. You know what I'm saying? The cool older student.
Hey, it works. Yeah, the analogy works.
But it's like people forget, bro. Like Ice Spice is just basically a new-ish artist, and if in the same scenario, right, we had came on here and said, hey, this artist took 2 years to go from 0 to 15 million monthly listeners. That'd be a crazy story. And almost every other instance, other than, you know, the one people are kind of putting on her. I like to think of another positive spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to also think that this proves that she's not just a one-hit wonder. Because people like to say that she's some people like to throw that title on her. And I think that if she was a one-hit wonder, the numbers would be a lot lower. But this to me proves that even if you personally are not a fan of her catalog, I think it proves that there are fans of her catalog out there. Because there's no way Munch is holding up all 15 million monthly. I don't believe that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, the other songs are getting something.
Maybe Princess Diana.
I didn't know this until right before we recorded this episode. Apparently there's some type of beef between her and Nicki or whatever. So some Nicki fans I saw saying, like, yeah, part of this is because when Nicki stopped rocking with her, a lot of her fans start rocking with her. Nicki's fans start rocking with her. All right, so that doesn't translate as heavily. Now, I know a lot of fan bases like to take credit for stuff that's not really theirs. You know what I mean? You really think that, oh, it was us holding somebody up, and it's like, nah, that's y'all lines powerful.
It's good timing.
Yeah, it's just good timing. That's what people do in life anyway on the internet. You just do it, blame stuff on your favor. Oh, man, you know, he ain't been winning as big since he done left me. It's like, nah, bro, like, the market just tough, bro. Lost his job, Shawty. It don't got nothing to do with the fact he broke up with you. You know what I mean? Like, it could be one of those.
I don't know, man, because like Nicki fans, you know, was a big part of that initial. Nicki in general was a big part of her breakthrough messaging. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, oh, look at how she's aligned herself with Nicki. Oh wow, Ice Spice is one of the only new female acts that Nicki respects enough to, you know, do it. Like a lot of her early alignment was very heavy.
Early? Not early.
I mean, what? So that Complex article we looked at said that Munch popped in August of the year that it popped. And it said that the remix to the song that Nicki was on came out like 5-6 months later. And then she signed to Nicki and then went from there. Like that's,
she signed to Nicki?
Yeah, they did, or like a partnership.
Oh, yeah.
But basically signed to her. That's all I think.
See,
so it's
like people's timing and God's timing. See, like in a normal career, 5 months is a short period of time. But how stratospheric her rise was, I don't know, man. That was more like a year and a half in of how high she went in that short period of time. I don't know if I want to give that fan base that much credit for that.
I feel like the optics were a part of it because like so much of even Nicki's rebranding has a lot to do with Ice Spice and how she aligned herself with it. So it was like a win-win situation for them both at the moment.
I'm not gonna argue hard there. I'm not gonna argue hard. I mean, obviously she did have a part of it. That was if anything, it was definitely a notch in the belt of whoa. Here goes another look from another person and another random thing. She had all this stuff going on. So I'm not saying that being attached to Nicki, it was not any level of contribution because that's always a contribution based on Nicki's legacy. But my point is, I don't know if that's the only reason. If it is another reason, I mean, if anything, it's bad timing to have that type of issue with a figure like Nicki while you're in a break period because it just makes things look a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
just as quickly as things could rise, things can fall. But if you like, the bigger point for me in terms of this episode is kind of just to give a quick little real life case study of, hey, if you got a song popping, that doesn't mean you're popping. She fortunately got her popping as well in addition to her music, but now making her image elevate doesn't necessarily mean making the music elevate. And I think everybody thinks that those things are supposed to coincide perfectly. That's just not how it goes. It's rare that your music is just at the same space as your image is. Mm-hmm. Usually, your image needs to catch up to how far your music is. That's what most artists are dealing with. And then you have some artists that have an image that they needs their music to catch up to where it is. And then they're doing the dance throughout the entire career until you're just like a certified legend or something.
Yeah,
like that.
until you set. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think too, even now I'm thinking about the Nicki situation because now I'm thinking about, all right, what other public figures was she aligned with? She aligned with Taylor Swift. I ain't seen her and Taylor do nothing in a while, so I can imagine all the Swifties that came over, you know what I'm saying, because of that. A good chunk of them probably got out there eventually. And then in general, I mean, Ice Spice is pretty loner-esque in the music industry. Like, you don't really see her clicking up or linking with too many artists or figures like that. And
Lotto, Tate, Flo Milli,
like
any of those girls,
she's not linking up with peers like that. And you know, it's a strategy you see a lot of time with content creators, especially streamers, right? Where I could possibly not be doing something on my channel, but I come over on your channel and I guest star and I co-star, and that appearance and that movement keeps me afloat or keeps things moving while I still work on putting it out together, whatever I want to put together. So I feel like she robs herself of that opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Flo Milli, Meg Thee Stallion, Lotto moment is like a great example of that, bro. Like, you know, like I can't remember who was, Glorilla. Glorilla was in that video. Didn't even have to say nothing, bro. Just her popping up and being in that video was a great look for her. People talked about it. I'm sure people went to, you know, check her out.
That's true. I mean, we've talked about before how if an artist rises quickly, they need to make sure that they're touching base with people at the radio and people in the industry because those are going to be the people who support them if things aren't hot.
Yeah.
That same does apply on the artist and collaborator side as well. Particularly, and I would say this, not like people would just be like, nah, we don't have we have a problem with you, or we don't want to work with you if you are popping in any kind of fashion. If you're popping, well, you know, there's always new people to collaborate with. But the issue might become if she was moving so fast and it seemed to them as if she didn't want to do any work, or I don't know, somebody asked for a collab and the tax is way too high. Now they're like, you back over here now. You want to work, you know, like that does become a thing. You know, we know how things get.
We all know that Bronny James is a story to be talking about, right? So we're going to get started with that right now. Yesterday, the Los Angeles Lakers selected Bronny James, the son of LeBron James, with the 55th overall pick in the second round. LeBron and his son now officially have the opportunity to be the first father-son duo to play in the NBA at the same time and for the same team. Reaction to this story has been very mixed, to say the least, and many out there are claiming nepotism is the only reason Bronny is now a Laker. I had a lot to say, but before I show you something that I said earlier today, let me say this. Bronny James, thank God he's in this position. If y'all remember, he suffered cardiac arrest last year while on the campus of USC. we didn't know what his status was. We didn't know what his health was like. We didn't know whether or not he'd ever be able to play basketball again. And I remember when we first heard it, we didn't know if he was going to survive. So for him, a year later, to be in this position, after being hospitalized, after being prohibited from playing basketball until last January, I don't give a damn about him averaging less than 5 points. I don't care about his numbers or anything like that. You heard about his athleticism. You heard about his defensive prowess. You heard about the potential that he may have. We're not blind, however. We recognize the fact that if he were not LeBron James' son, in all likelihood, he would not have even been drafted. If he were not LeBron James' son, he damn sure would not have been drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. If he were not LeBron James' son, he would not be in this position. So we can't be oblivious or turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to the fact that the opportunity that he received is an opportunity practically no one gets a chance at. There are his numbers: 4.8 points, 36.6% shooting, 2.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists, 19.4 minutes a game. Those are not numbers that get you drafted. So there was questions as to whether or not he deserved to be a McDonald's All-American compared to some other noteworthy individuals who felt that they were more deserving. There's questions about his career at USC because he didn't play there long enough and what he could have done against collegiate competition, let alone NBA competition. And now there are questions as to whether or not he'll ever make a Lakers roster, and certainly whether or not he deserves to. That scrutiny is valid. It's understandable, and he's got a lot to prove. I'm rooting for him. But the one thing I don't want to hear a damn thing about is nepotism. My friend, my partner, Adrian Wojnarowski on NBA Countdown spoke about it yesterday and saying he didn't want to hear it either because we both know, covering the NBA for years, executives, owners, coaches, nepotism has been going on in the National Basketball Association for ages. Nobody said anything about it before. We damn sure don't want to hear about it now. And I piggybacked off of my teammate yesterday by elaborating on that extensively this morning on First Take. Take a look to what I have to say because I only want to say it once. Here you go. We live in a country where nepotism has taken place with white folks religiously forever. We've said little to nothing about it. In the NBA specifically, in a league where at least 70% of the players are black, we've seen nepotism with white folks all over the place. Ownership, executive ranks, player personnel, scouting, coaching. The list goes on and on. We've said little to nothing about it. And now this happens with LeBron James, a member of the Mount Rushmore of basketball. And all of a sudden, you've got people running their mouths. LeBron James is approaching 40 years of age. He ain't somebody that faded into the twilight. He's still an all-world player. LeBron James, if LeBron James was on the New York Knicks now, you trying to tell me the New York Knicks wouldn't be one of the favorites to win the chip? Right now, approaching age 40. So to be in Los Angeles, to still be box office, to still be the magnifying talent that he is, yes, he has manipulated the proceedings somewhat. We get that. Bronny James would not be on an NBA roster if it were not for LeBron James. He would not have gotten drafted in all likelihood yesterday if it were not for LeBron James. We all know this. We accept it. The issue is the resentment that's emanating from people out there. How dare you resent LeBron James? And if you're LeBron James, be mindful. See, now you're going to hear people book it. Book it. This is my expertise, media. I'm telling you what I know. Book this. In the days and the weeks to come, we going to bring up how he took his talents to South Beach. We going to bring up how he went back to Cleveland. We're going to bring up how he once held free agency hostage. You're going to hear all of these things along the way because it's a resentment of power. You see, people, regardless of the great businessman he has proven to be. You understand? The great talent he has proven to be, the great influencer he has proven to be on a multitude of levels. I'm not saying everybody, because business is business. You got white folks out there that's all about business. They want to make money. They don't give a damn what color you are or what have you. Black, white, and in between. But the vast majority of people that are going to speak, what they're saying without saying it is that they just want you to be an athlete. They don't want you to have the cachet to be able to manipulate the proceedings, to be able to do something like, you know what, I want this person on this roster. I want this coach. What have we gotten mad about with LeBron and coaches? It wasn't the fact that coaches are changing. It's like, yo, LeBron, own it. If that's what you want, you don't want Darvin Ham, you don't want him.
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Man, look, yeah. I ain't mad at Brian looking out for his son, you feel me? That's what you supposed to do. You know what I'm talking about? But that nigga's supposed to be the towel boy, or the Gatorade boy, or the water boy. Teach this nigga how to coach. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, like, no, sports ain't supposed to get to the point where as though greats can just manipulate the team to the point of just having anybody out there. You know what I'm saying? What the hell am I paying for then? You feel me? Oh, you mean to tell me that this is no longer the best of the best of the best? You know what I'm saying? Like the Men in Black shit. You know what I'm saying? This is, y'all don't even know what y'all here for. Y'all just happy to be here. No, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Now they're definitely gonna be there for a reason. Now they probably, I don't even. It's
gonna sell.
It's definitely gonna sell, and it's gonna come at a price because
it's forever different.
Yeah.
Forever different. And what the hell am I here for? If that's the type of game we playing, they open up room for other leagues to emerge. That's what they open up. You feel what I'm saying? And one type shit gonna start coming back heavier. You know what I mean? The streets is gonna respond because, like I said, it starts off with one person and it's all funny and good, and yeah, we all, honestly, it's like gonna be that one exception where people ain't mad. They think there's backlash. People happy for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? That's Bron, man. You know what I'm saying? We want Bron to play with his son. You feel me? But everything that's gonna come after this, shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody wanna hear that nonsense. We ain't gonna be happy for fucking motherfucking Steph Curry to play with his son just because he, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't nice like that, we ain't gonna be happy for that. You know what I'm saying? Like different situations like this. So I think that's crazy.
I think it's like when Bronny got drafted and he went to the Lakers, for some people it wasn't like shocking. It just took out really some of the excitement because it's like, a player is able to do this. Just like you asked, people can be like, well, what am I paying to watch the game for if this nigga can pick and choose who he want on his team and he can hold free agency hostage and he can do these things, and people just want him to be a athlete. There's nothing wrong with you playing your son, but your son didn't get there by actually grinding there and having to get, like, Bronny did put in work.
About that. I don't even care about him not putting in the work, bro. It ain't about that. It's at the end of the day, it's about you ain't built for the job. If I got a Fortune 500 company, you know what I'm saying, and my son ain't built to run that bitch, and I decide to say, look, you know what I'm saying, I know there's the other dude, he just got out of college and stuff, and he built for this position that I got, and so he actually equipped. I ain't gonna give this shit to him, I'm gonna give it to my son, even though he gonna run this bitch down into the ground. It's like, no, you're supposed to put the pieces where they're supposed to go. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's exactly what most likely happened. Like, even, it's probably, on a real note, it's probably a lot of niggas that went home undrafted and that probably deserve to get drafted over Bronny. Not saying Bronny don't deserve it, but that's probably just the case of what it is. And
statistically, he don't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm glad that he can still play. I'm glad that he loves to play ball. They got leagues and they got other leagues and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
summer league.
Right. Let's be real about this shit. You feel me?
Try to build him up because it's going to be a rough path. He already coming into the league and they already doubting him, so he already got a thing on his shoulder. So
forget even doubting him. It's like LeBron is a legend, but you can't protect him on the court. No. You can't protect your son on the court. Like, as far as in like skill wise, you feel what I'm saying? If they out there and make and embarrass this man, you feel me? Like, why even put him up to? I put it like this: I don't know what the future holds because I ain't never really watched him ball like that. But I know that if they go out there and snatch his cookies, it's gonna look fucking crazy.
Well, and they gonna eat it up because when you watching Bronny ball, when you playing sports, and everybody know each level that you get up to, just like you playing the game, just like Madden got rookie, all pro, all Madden, the levels get harder as you progress. So high school, we see how many examples we see these niggas in high school snatching blocks, they sending shit in the bleachers, they doing all the NBA in high school. You go to college, okay, you still there. You go to NBA, you niggas, Lonzo, for example, Lonzo Ball, his dad was pretty much doing the same thing, except the essence of his dad wasn't nowhere near associated with the NBA because they ain't really like Lonzo and his family, but he still got him on the Lakers. Lonzo was nice in high school. Boy was even nice even into college. He get to the NBA and on the Lakers, he already came into an aspect of, all right, you have to be nice right now. You have to be nice right now. Fuck all that training camp. You have to be nice right now. What can you do? And so when he started getting embarrassed in front of them boys, and they ate it up. But now down the line, it just took him to get adjusted. Like you said, he had to get built for the job. So he definitely had to spend time with stuff.
His numbers was better though. His numbers was real numbers though. His numbers was really get drafted numbers.
Yeah, no, his numbers was great, but he went through that same aspect of, well, is he good enough? Because a nigga can put up any, you know what I'm saying? High school, drop 30.
For sure.
It's been your boy BTBSwaggy
and BTBGrilla, Johnny BTB. Already.
Make sure y'all stay safe, man. We appreciate y'all.